Hello, everybody. As you can see, we have a dead leaf. They might be showing up tonight. No promises. Due to that, Ava's going to be in a bit of a fugue state, living in her rage. Processing, I imagine. But last week we had a confrontation with a heckload of goblins, a gallons of goblins. I think an appropriate amount of measurement. In the trophy room, and then you guys ran into the throne room and had a sort of boss fight a little bit early. And by boss, I mean like level boss, not boss of the entire dungeon boss, where you guys found out that the chieftain believed Ava to be his aunt in some way, shape, or form, and did have a object that depicted child Ava and her parents. Jacinto nuked the entire room with a polar vortex. Then Jacinto was in turn nuked by the war chief. And you guys decided to have a look-see instead of doing a long rest, which totally made sense. But you poked your noses around, found some cool things, found some incredibly unpleasant things, and then found a bunch of laser wolves and had a grand old fight. And now you're standing in a courtyard surrounded by laser wolf corpses, some dead goblins that you didn't kill, and appears to be some sort of a slapdash steel welded together steel shed with the door welded shut and the bellowing of some sort of beast inside.
Terrifying, horrible beast, as we were told by the goblins.
Well,
yep. Gogmert said that it was a fell beast of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like anything that Jacinto wants to go near.
But so we have a dead leaf. We're gonna skip over Ava. I believe that means that we go to Finn and Lapis, and we have a question. Did your character ever have a pet? And if not, would they want one?
So growing up, Finn always wanted pets. He was the type of child that would find a stray rat, a stray cat, a stray dog, and try to bring it home. And then the mother would be like, no, you can't have insert animal here. Because they didn't have room or enough extra funds for an animal, and it always bummed Finn out. He definitely would be jazzed to get an animal someday, but he's currently not stable enough for toting a space dog or something around with him.
All right. From there, we're going to hop to Jacinto, if I'm remembering my alphabetical order correctly, and Tom.
Hi. So Jacinto and Rakis, his brother, his twin brother. Were we twins? Maybe. Yeah, we were.
Canon now.
Yeah, it's totally canon. So Jacinto and Rakis, as young lads, young Raxolite boys, went into the forest of their home planet one day, and they came back with just this space equivalent of a wolf. And somehow they had managed to get a collar on it, the collar made of like some rope, and they brought it home and they said, "Mom, Dad, can we keep it?" And they said, "No, that's a wild wolf. Of course not." And so that was the first time that Jacinto experienced pet ownership, if in brief. And it wasn't until he actually, when he moved out of home and was on his own, that he got Arcania, his little empathnid, who has been his companion, his traveling companion ever since. But yeah, so Jacinto likes pets, believe it or not.
Nice. And
Never
now
mind.
we've got Lahan and Nick.
Yeah. I think the family has a bunch of hunting dogs, for sure. But a pet of her own, not so much. She built a little robot friend once, but it exploded.
I was gonna say it
Is
would
that a pet?
not,
Is that
Oh.
would not surprise me if Lahan was a horse girl.
We got horses too. It's an estate, horses and hunting dogs and things like that. So yeah, I'm sure one of the horses is hers, but I think the robot was more of a pet.
I could see that.
That's pretty adorable.
Horse is a responsibility, not a pet.
That's what I've heard.
What? Okay. Sorry, my Hero Lab's doing
Sort
a
of.
weird thing. Cool.
You're allowed doing weird things? Never.
It's probably just me being dumb. It's fine. It's fine. There, I got it. I got it working the way I want. All right, and I actually have a question from Ghost. And it was, for me as a GM, do I have any advice or particular challenges, etc., when resetting a fantasy adventure for Starfinder? They are in the midst of resetting the Red Hand of Doom from 3.5 into Starfinder. My big thing is Starfinder deviated fairly hard when it came to the usual spells, like that have existed all the way back before 3.5.
From the beginning of time.
That made it through every edition, and then they added more that have made it through multiple editions, and then Starfinder pruned it back down. So when you have NPCs or antagonists that are supposed to be a certain kind of caster, you have to get a little bit creative, and you kind of have to try and get the feel rather than the exact thing that they have, if that makes sense. Like the idea, you have to express the idea that was represented in 3.5 or whatever edition that you were working with previously, but you have to sort of translate that idea in Starfinder, and you don't have the exact tools. So I'm sure I posted it on Cosmic Crit. I did a whole bunch of character builds, kind of like what Shades does. And like I did the Avengers, and I was just trying to interpret the Avengers, the MCU Avengers specifically, and trying to get the idea of what they had on screen rather than getting every single bullet point for those characters. And I think that's sort of like the biggest challenge, and that's sort of where you got to lean rather than trying to recreate everything exactly. Thankfully, like Colony Moon of Sandpoint orbiting around the gas giant of Varesia, like it sort of has a little bit of that fantasy feel already. So I just had to add some sci-fi to it a little bit, or a lot of it in certain areas, but that seemed to fit pretty naturally. But that's what I got. I kind of winged that answer. Like I had it percolating in the back of my head, but I didn't write a message out to you. Hopefully that helps.
Did you try any of the conversion tools in the back of the core rulebook?
Not at all.
Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, it's going well, regardless of the conversion tools. And that's the cool thing about Starfinder. There's a lot of tools there for you if you want to convert them, or if you want to just go old school. Would you say you just sort of throw it together and say, oh yeah, that works, let's try that, and oh no, that was too much, or oh, they need more of this, that kind of thing. That's what I found in running a somewhat homebrewed campaign.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to see someone try to, like, because it's coming from 3.5, right? So there's a 3.5 to Pathfinder conversion, and then you could run it through the Pathfinder to Starfinder conversion. Just see what happens. I bet it would turn out really wacky.
That's like the goof where you take a sentence and you put it into Google Translate, and then you translate it into 5 different languages and put it back into English or whatever the original language was. Yeah,
Yep.
that would be weird.
You'd get weird stuff. It'd be like a tabletop telephone.
I will say
Yeah.
the big bad at the end of this dungeon. I went pretty 90 degrees on with them. Like, instead of trying to recreate, I went, this is where I feel this is where I feel this would fit, and I just went like at a 90-degree angle from what they had, pretty much. I hope that it comes across pretty cool. I hope it feels good. It is enjoyable. But we'll see. Nick's been through it. Tom has not. I think Lapis came into Rise of the Rune Lords in the past, but way down the line. And I'm not sure exactly Leif's experience. I can't remember.
We're past what Leif has played.
Okay, yeah. So
Leif
Nick's
played the
only...
very beginning, and Lapis played the very end, and I ran both of those.
The very end fight
Separately.
wasn't even a long fight. The group I was with min-maxed terribly, and 1 round. The boss went down with 1 punch. So, this
I
is
have
just going to
been
be
there.
newish.
All right. So that's my answer to that. I guess let's get into it. Let's come back in. Ava's standing there panting, her sclera still blood red. That's never abated. She's probably got some like dark veining creeping from around her eyes a little bit.
How much damage does she have currently? Because if I recall, she's pretty wounded too, isn't she?
She is moderately wounded. She has a little bit of stamina left, and she has about 2/3-ish of her hit points left.
Okay.
I remember we were talking. I'm sorry, Jet. Please continue.
No, go ahead.
Bringing us back.
No, go ahead.
I just remember talking about us perhaps taking a long rest. Because Jacinto, he spent most of his juice keeping Ava and Finn up in the last couple fights. I think mostly Ava. I don't want to.
There definitely was talk of that. You guys were talking about maybe seeing if you could get the refugees to come in now, so that they could sort of act as a buffer between you and Noalia if Noalia or her other goons came up to see what's going on. While you guys sort of rested in some side room somewhere. There was talk of that, but then you're like, nah, we don't need to do that. Let's go look at all the rooms.
No, you said, no, you don't need to do that.
That was actually...
I'm pretty sure...
Ava pushed us. I
mean, I believe I did say fighting would be minimal, but you did pick the fightiest room.
Sure did. That's the Nansa way, I think.
True. Non-standard decision-making skills.
And hearing this creature bellow, we're going to come in. Ava's standing there sort of in that just panting, breathing deep. Her eyes are staring like into the middle distance, not focusing on anything. Finn's there. I can't remember who did the death blow on all these Tashchari, but Finn's there.
We actually swapped blows. I killed the one in front of Ava. Ava killed the one in front of me.
There you go. I did a re-listen, but I didn't pay attention to that, apparently. I'm bad. Jacinto's peeking in, and Lahan's way far back. And maybe, I don't know if you have any knowledge of this, but Finn, maybe make a life sciences check. See if you can identify the sounds of the beast.
Could I also make a life science check?
Yeah, if Jacinto is willing to walk into that courtyard, yes.
I have life science, actually.
He'll take a peek in. Okay.
Oh, Lapis, you're on the stream one.
Oh, that's fine.
So you're aware.
All right.
That's the one I had open.
We're not using the map very heavily at the moment. But.
That's the one I had open.
Well, you got a 15 and a 17, respectively. That's enough. You are pretty sure that this is the sound of a very angry Shotalashu.
Okay, and what is one of those?
Oh.
It is a traditionally
Those-
Castrovellian mount that is slightly psychic in nature.
Think Blue People Avatar and their connection with what were they, Banshees, right? Because they could like sort of telepathically bond with the Banshee. The Lashunta are very similar with Shota Lashu, in fact. They can form telepathic bonds and communicate telepathically.
Okay.
So,
We can, you said.
yeah. So what?
I will, in fact, pull up the specific entry so I have the wording proper for you if you ask specific questions.
What the heck would they have a Shota Lashu here for?
And one thing you will remember, in almost every room you've seen either dead hides of dogs or various riding beasts.
Who knows things about goblins? Oh, Ava. Gosh dang.
Well, I mean, maybe they hunted it for sport or something like that. Like, maybe this was, I don't know, some sort of sick entertainment. But why is the door welded shut then?
Well, they're obviously scared of it.
Also, you will remember that War Chief Rip Nugget had a wall with like the footwear that what you would traditionally put on a riding beast, like nailed to the wall as though they were trophies, and there were dozens upon dozens upon dozens.
Well, and Gogmer did say that it was a terrifying beast, maybe some sort of trophy. Prove how tough he is.
I suppose so. Well, knowing what it is in there, I guess we can't leave it in there, can we?
Yeah, let's see if we can't let it out.
We could also finish doing what we're doing and find somebody who can
Hearing that door.
deal with animals.
Yeah, let me get to my outline. I do have a DC set. I just need to
Find it somewhere in your copious, ridiculous notes.
You
Seth told us your secret.
Well, it wasn't that much of a secret. You just haven't seen them. Oh yeah.
I'll just
I mean,
go ahead and put that 25 there.
Yeah, it wasn't that hard. It was
So-
like a handful of tack welds. So you probably just pull out like a small grinder and just
Ignore the concerns.
buzz them down.
Buzz the thing open. Nice.
I mean, it's latched and the seam is welded, so you still have to lift like like a traditional horse stall. But the moment you start grinding at it, you feel something slamming into the door and just bellowing, making loud, angry noises.
Helping from the other side. Got it.
Yes, helping from
while
the
you're
other
doing
side.
that, Finn is talking to Lahan. Are you sure we want to let it out? We could always go get somebody who can handle animals and bring them here. It doesn't have to be saved immediately, does it? We might end up having to kill it if it's enraged.
Yeah,
We
no,
want to
that's
help the creature.
Finn's actually got a really good idea.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm not great with animals. I was always too busy with other things.
I was
I'm like
wanted to
okay
have
with animals, but
an animal, but I've never had one. I've never tried to rear one. I'm not confident in being able to calm down that thing. Ava, look over at her, see if she
With
responds
Ava
at all.
all-
She's staring into the middle distance. She has a death grip on her Dashko. Her knuckles are as white as Finn's skin.
Nice.
so maybe we definitely don't let out the animal that we don't want to kill with Ava in this state, perhaps.
Yeah,
It's
I
actually
would
probably
say
a good point.
leave this here and either find somewhere safe. Well, we could. I'm concerned about Ava. We could find somewhere that we could leave her. We could take her back to town, or we could bring her with us the way she is. But
I don't know. Taking her back to town's a good idea. I think she's gonna kill anything she gets her hands on.
I'm just worried about her taking damage. Is all. She's not really been looking out and dodging hits correctly, you know?
Yeah. And Lahan, make a sense motive check.
Okay. 10.
Okay, you're not the most sensitive emotionally. Like, I don't.
Oh no, not at all.
But
No wisdom.
you are getting like just at the edges of your mind. You're feeling sort of a broadcast of anger and confusion and a little bit of fear, a little bit of desperation, and it all seems to be coming from within this structure.
Oh. Can I like talk to it through the door and tell it it's gonna be okay with my telepathy?
You can try. Do you want to make a diplomacy check?
Sure.
Another thing mechanics are known for. Their high diplomacy checks.
I know.
Oh, it's okay, little guy. It's gonna be all right. No, it's a 4.
I feel like you do reach out to it, and you do reach out like with a gentleness, but it's not expecting that, and it scares the shit out of it. So like that fear and desperation sort of turns into terror, and it panics. It starts freaking out inside of there.
Oh.
All right.
Wait. Wasn't that Gogmer guy good with animals? Maybe. No, he's probably too terrified of it.
Well, we're talking about bringing them down in here regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, he had all those Kashtaris, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he got over his fear of them. Maybe he could help us with this one. It's not a Tashtari, but still. Yeah, it's as good a try as anything, I think. Let's go get him.
We tromp back out to the briar patch.
And we bring Ava with us.
Yes.
Yes. We sort of just lead her by the sleeve.
As you're trundling through room C1, let's move tokens so you can see stuff.
You mean C11 here?
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
That's okay.
Save them, sadly.
As rooms do.
You see these two goblins sort of almost drunkenly swaying as they walk into the room, and they look at you in surprise. I did not. Yeah. I did not catch what you said, Lapis.
Oh, my screen hadn't moved yet.
Yeah, we're down south, Lapis. What were you saying before?
In the trophy room.
Oh.
And you see these two sort of goblins half drunkenly swaying with giant pickles in their mouths. And
Jacinto will call out to them. Did you get the pickles?
And they drop the pickles that are in their hands, but they've still got the pickle in their mouth. And they start. they're just
that's
like.
Okay. No, that's okay.
And they look. And they actually look around, and they're taking in all of the dead bodies.
I also
I'd like to also remind everyone.
Chieftain head on my belt. By the by.
They take all of that in. They take in the head of their chieftain. That's pretty recognizable. They probably see Ava acting weird, and Ava's known to the goblins. She's a living
A living genocide. Yes.
she's a nightmare for these people. She's a boogeyman. She is Freddy Krueger, Candyman, Jason Voorhees, and they just go to their knees and they like face to the ground. Just start bowing, and they're like, "Please don't kill us! Please don't kill us!"
Ha.
You're in luck, because our friend doesn't seem to be capable of thought right now. So, you know what you can do for us? Go into that room over there, and Jacinto will point back towards the room with the Shoto Lashu behind the door, and sit in front of the door.
But before you do that, you two little guys haven't seen a woman around here, have you?
They point at Lahan.
No, not that woman. So she'd be a different woman. So, what was her original description like before she started turning into a demon? It's
Platinum blonde hair.
Platinum blonde hair, golden eyes, I believe.
Oh yeah, because she's half angel.
Yeah, like olive,
yes. An Azamar.
like bronze olive sort of skin.
So she'd be pretty tall, like probably about as tall as that one. Platinum hair, olive skin, slowly turning into some sort of thing. Like her arm is gonna look gross.
Oh yeah, the chief's new woman.
Where is she?
Gross.
Downstairs.
Do you have a map? Or can you describe where downstairs?
You go to the stairs and then you go down. We don't go down there anymore.
About 2 steps downstairs, right?
Yeah, at least 2. Maybe even 2.
I love
You
it.
have to have better directions than that.
But not more than 2.
Finn is starting to look irked.
Oh, thank you very much. All right. Are there any other goblins? Never mind. You know what? No, never mind.
Also, I
you're
anticipated you greeted them probably in Goblin because I believe you speak Goblin.
I do speak Goblin. Because Goblin is always a fun language to have.
And so they would have responded in Goblin. So Finn might not have gotten that message.
Well, I was talking to them in common when I was asking them about the room. Did they respond in Goblin?
Oh, they would have probably stared at you in confusion.
Oh, okay.
Oh, then Jacinto would translate. Yeah. So they say she's downstairs, about 2 steps down. From what I understand, goblins are not very good at counting. So we can't really be sure. But Nualia seems to be downstairs, which is good. We've located her. Yeah. That said, I am kind of bushed. We've done a lot of killing today, and I know there's probably going to be more that needs to be done. Do you think we could grab a nap or something so I could get my juice back?
That would be useful. Do we want...
Yeah, I know I'm not the only one.
Do you think Noralia will stay put? It would be unfortunate
Goblin.
to come all this way and then lose her.
You, purple goblins. How often does Nualia come
Do you
upstairs
speak
anymore?
Goblin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Says so
I'm
right
an
there on the
elf.
languages
I
tab.
speak everything.
She hasn't come up since she went down. She's been down there for 2 days.
Which could mean, Jacinto says in common, anywhere from 2 to 17 days.
More than one to goblins is two, right?
Yep. This is great. This reminds me of the old Dragonlance books with the Gully Dwarves. I don't know if anybody else read Dragonlance. Gully Dwarves couldn't count above 2. It was hysterical. I still credit that book, that whole universe, to why I like D&D so much, or TTRPGs now. It's not just D&D. But yeah. Okay.
We just play D&D in space.
Yeah, that is legitimately how yeah, right. That's how I explain it to anybody who doesn't know Starfinder.
Right. So everybody knows D&D.
Yeah.
So you just D&D, in space.
Yeah.
That's
all right.
That's called Spelljammer, and Spelljammer was amazing.
Well, before we take a nap, should we go ahead and invite the refugees back inside and maybe ask them to raise an alarm if she come back up?
Let's do that.
Yeah, that could be a good. Yes.
Jacinto, you should be in charge of convincing them of that. You seem to have a way with the little buggers.
Oh, thanks. I think it's probably because I'm not that intimidating to them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, they're taller than me, so they're speaking from a position of power. But
unusual for goblins.
They don't have my way with words. So yeah, let's go convince them to help us again.
All right. Yes, you can go across the bridge. We don't have to move tokens for that. I just wanted you to sort of see what these goblins would be coming into. Like, they come into this room and there's 7 dead bodies, 8 dead bodies. I'm not counting exactly. But it's just painted with blood. It's just awful.
Also, bring us all your pickles.
They pick the pickles up off the floor and they hand them to you shyly.
Thank you.
There might be some more.
That's all of them?
There might be some more back here, but the barrel's too big for us.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Jacinto token spells the pickles to clean them off.
Yes, no pickles. Okay, we munch pickles when we go back to Cogman. Yes, and now I want the pickles that are in my refrigerator, but they're crunchy, and therefore I don't want to eat them on stream.
Right? I've got some bread and butter pickles.
During break, you can have your pickles.
All right, so you go to Gogmer, and he's like, he's looking very apprehensively at Ava, because Ava's acting really odd. He's like, what do you... The whole time he's looking at her. Like, he might be facing you, but he's looking at her.
And not Finn? Not darting between the two of them? Genocide? Rip Nogan's face on the belt?
Oh, yeah, no.
I imagine,
a head. You are correct. I forgot about Finn's Grim trophy. Looking between the two. Just...
Right.
I see you took care of Rip Nugget. What are you doing here?
Hi. So, thanks again for your intel. That was really useful, knowing the inside of the fortress and sort of what we could look forward to. Small problem. They seem to have locked up a small creature inside a door, and we know that you're very good with animals, so we were hoping, Gogmert, that you would come with us and try and sort of calm the beast down as it leaves, so we could get it safely back out into the wild. Do you think that's something
you and yours?
Yeah, exactly. If we let it go, I know that it just wants to get gone. So, versus, knocked over my mic. Versus, if you leave it there, who knows what's going to happen, right? Maybe it'll get out. So I really think it's in your best interest as well as the animals.
Okay. You just promise to get the beast away from us, and I will see if I can calm it down.
Yeah, if you can calm it down,
that would be lovely.
We'll make sure it leaves for you. We'd rather not have to kill it. We can be on standby to protect you just in case.
Excellent. What's going on with her?
That's a good question.
I think a curse. Yeah. Yep. She's probably cursed.
How do you curse a curse?
Very deftly.
With a shiny axe, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But she's not very responsive right now. I don't really know how much of all of this she's seeing. So, you should be safe.
awesome. You just stay. All of you stay between her and me and my people, and we'll be fine.
Got it.
Excellent.
can do that.
Now, we were also coming back to extend an invitation. Now that we have cleared the first floor of this place, we were thinking that Nualia, big scary lady, she probably won't know the difference between you goblins and Rip Nuggets goblins. Because to her, goblins are goblins, right? But we know the difference, obviously. So you all are probably good to just move in there. And this would also serve the dual purpose of Nualia. If she does come back up, she wouldn't notice a thing. She wouldn't notice anything had gone wrong. And then we'll come in, we'll get rid of her for you. And then Thistletop is yours.
You'll have your home back.
That tracks. That tracks, I think, but I feel like you should probably have to make a diplomacy check.
I will gladly.
He'll come in and deal with the animal to get him to move all of his family and everything back inside.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I've only got a 15 on that diplomacy check. That's a 3 on the die.
We've got a weevil.
I'll try and assist.
We've got a
you.
weevil we can use.
Nope, that's not
With that natural 1 from the assist. Yes, I see the reroll.
I vote
you-
Tom use reroll as my vote.
Tom use reroll too.
All right.
Tom
That's
reroll.
fine. Ghost.
Thank you, Ghost. Save our diplomacy.
Thank you, Ghost. Oh, that's a 30.
Nice.
There you go.
See, I knew the
You
plan
would
was going to do.
100% convince.
Because I can't help you on this one. I don't goblin.
That tracks. Yes, we will do it. And he points
Excellent.
at the two pickle goblins. And he's like, "You, go over there. You know the big clearing past the hole in the ground. Get everybody else."
And we lead a parade of goblins back into Thistletop.
And bee
Pickles
infused
in hand.
Ashtari.
And the bee-infused Tashtari. Ha.
And I
In an
infused
alternate
them-
universe, there was. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say I infused the bees into these Tashtari in the worst possible way. Instead of just making them hybrids,
Oh?
like there's beehives living in their torsos. Remember?
Ugh.
Ah!
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty
all I have
rough.
to say about that. Bah.
Freaking goblins, man. All right.
All right, somebody else put a
So
different
we
image
lead
in my
them
head.
in,
Let's
and then we take a nap. Is that how this is working?
Well,
We but
You're dealing with the animal.
we should deal with the huge Shotolashu that's going to terrify Gogmer.
you guys did promise.
go. I mean, Godward's seen it. Godward knows what's in there.
Yeah.
We told Godmer we got his back. Worst case scenario, we will point a time.
But I should definitely not be up front. I'm just gonna
I'll be up
swap
front.
places with Ava. Excellent.
Well, Ava probably shouldn't be up at the front. She's in a fugue
Yeah,
state.
just put me up front.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
Ava's
not having Ava interact directly with anything. I'm not having anything directly interact with Ava. Leif is
Yeah.
not here.
It's reasonable.
Get the door open.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we unsecure the door, take the hinges off.
Open?
Yeah.
You
Nat
super
20.
open the door. This is what runs out.
Oh,
Wow.
And it's a Shotolashu, but it's a Shotolashu pigment you've not seen. Muted tint of purple. The saddle strap to its back.
Huh.
Like a fairly nice saddle strap to its back.
Mhm.
Domesticated.
And first things first, like it rushes out, it sees the dead goblins, it sees the dead Tashtari, and it starts smashing the shit out of them.
Okay.
The flame out of them.
the flame. Yes,
My
yes.
apologies. Nick will,
Quite all right.
Nick will have to blurb me or something.
Eh.
It happens
Or
to the best
ignore
of
it.
us.
It's one curse and a drop. It's a drop in the ocean.
Yeah. No, you just have to correct yourself with flame. I meant flame.
Yes.
Ghost is saying the stream froze for them. Did it freeze for anybody else?
My internet's
Oh.
woggled for a second. It's
Okay.
back now.
Good to
It should be.
know.
Let me-
And that happens for a little bit, and Gogmert sort of starts speaking nonsense at it, just making sort of friendly noises. I actually gave Gogmert the Wild Wise augment.
Nice.
So
Yes.
I should get that.
so over time, it's some nervous moments. Gogmert gets the creature calmed down enough that someone could approach it.
Ah.
And Lahan, like you do, like you're still getting a little bit of those emotions. Like you're not the most sensitive psychic. You're getting a little
No.
bit, like you can feel that it's getting calmer. Like it still feels nervous. It doesn't feel like when it saw those creatures, you were flooded with rage and terror simultaneously. It smashed them for a bit. Gogmert started doing his magic. Gogmert, like that rage and terror started fading. It still feels nervous, but it's a lot more calm. It's sort of like, and you still get that edge of, because that is not an emotion. You get that a little bit of that edge of desperation as it starts sniffing and looking around. And it's probably I don't think, I'm not sure if it says anywhere. I feel like that they are predators and not, especially with those teeth. It probably starts eating one of the Tashtaris ravenously after smashing the flame out of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
It doesn't, like if Jacinto wants to if anyone wants to make a medicine check, like you could probably figure out if this thing has any health issues.
I don't have medicine.
6 on the medicine. I am the medicine person.
Yeah.
It appears to be malnourished and dehydrated, and it was obviously abused. Like there are like bruises and contusions and some cuts. Its wrists or wrist equivalents, ankles. Its ankles, front and back, have some pretty significant bruising and tearing, as though it was shackled or tied up. Because Gogmert did mention that it had been subdued and then dragged here.
Jacinto will whisper to Lahan, Lahan, give it some water.
I didn't bring any water.
I will allow this much interaction. Ava for sure would have a canteen of some sort, and she's probably not paying attention enough. You could probably just take it off her belt.
We take
Jacinto
Ava's canteen
tiptoes.
off of her belt.
Okay, that works.
Uh-huh.
And it's one of those nice
Yeah.
ones that has like the bowl that's clipped to the bottom, and you can.
Give us some water.
We'll wash this later.
Or not.
Token spell.
Yeah, exactly. Token spell.
It eats voraciously, and then when it sort of finishes that Tashtari and the edge is taken off, you feel it become a little bit more aware of its surroundings, and Gogmart's still just whispering nothings at it, sort of keeping it calm, and it starts looking around, and then it smells the water, and it starts sort of zeroing in on, I believe, is Lahan, you have the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost. It starts, snuffling at you, and then it guzzles the water. There's not enough there to truly sate its thirst, but it helps and it appreciates it. And I think this whole thing takes about an hour. And I know you're probably not great at it, but Lahan, I'd like you to make a survival check.
Okay.
Hey,
I rolled a 16.
Nice.
Nice.
When it finishes its water, it pauses and stares you in the eyes, and you feel a psychic connection form between the two of you.
What?
Aw.
You got a pet.
I'm also going to bandage it up a little bit or try. Nope, that's not quite big enough.
So,
it was close.
Shodalashu, for those of you that are not familiar, this is a traditional Castrovelian beast. There are to this day mounted cavalry units of Lashunta for ceremonial purposes and actual combat on Castrovel. These are creatures adapted to the jungle. They allow you, if you have limited telepathy, you can control your Shodalashu in combat, even if it can't see or hear you, as long as it's within range of your telepathy. And if you are a Lashunta, you can spend 1 hour and attempt a survival check. DC equal to 15 plus 1.5 times the Shodalashu's level to form a telepathic bond with the companion. On a success, your link functions as telepathic bond with a permanent duration.
Nice.
It is considered a combat-trained mount when carrying or fighting alongside you, but you cannot be linked to more than one of these.
Mm-hmm.
You can voluntarily break your link if you want in favor of another at any time. And if either you or the Shodalashu dies while bonded, the surviving creature suffers telepathic backlash, becoming dazed and taking some damage. If you are if you're not a Lashunta but have limited telepathy or actual telepathy and speak Lashunta, you can also make this attempt, but the DC is significantly higher. So Lahan unwittingly horse-girled this Shodalashu.
I like that came up.
Yeah.
Very cute. And now
Pretty
she
cool.
can talk to it regardless of the fact that they don't actually share a language.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Telepathic bond.
And as you're taking care of this beast, you see the saddle. The saddle is a very nice quality saddle, and it actually has a name
Fox.
engraved on it. No, it says Shadow Mist.
Shadow Mist. Oh. You are a good creature. We're gonna get you out of here, okay?
And it sort of sends you like it empathically sort of lets you know, like, hungry and thirsty. That's its overarching concern right now.
Well, you can eat all these tashtari. I don't think anyone's gonna mind. They probably don't taste great, but I'll see if we can find you some water. I'm sure they have some around here somewhere. Pickle goblins!
The pickle goblins snap to attention, and like one of them brains himself saluting like this, and the other one knocks himself on his butt by trying to do like the Roman centurion salute. And then they scramble to their feet. They're like, "Yes, what?
We need water. I'm sure you guys have water around here somewhere. You must."
On it, and they like run off. And they proceed to ferry like crappy like bodged together buckets full of not the best water, but water nonetheless for Shadow Mist to drink.
Aw.
Awesome.
Cool.
Once Shadow Mist is sated, I'll lead him out past the briar patch and ask him to stay near our car. Or the car.
You feel the firming of Shadow Mist's resolve. I don't have a gender picked out for Shadow Mist, so Shadow Mist can be your baby boy or baby girl. But you feel the firming of its resolve, and it sort of lays down with a certain amount of authority sort of across the hood of the exploration buggy.
How big is this thing?
It is large sized.
I'm thinking it's probably like Clydesdale sized, considering how.
Yeah, it is a very large creature.
My buggy.
Very muscly by the artwork too.
My buggy.
And for Nick's benefit, this is a companion Shotolashu, and it is level 3.
Can I get a reference for that, pretty please, somewhere?
That is in Alien Archive 3, page 145.
I'll get you a link.
But Tom is on that.
I put it there so I don't forget. And I will pull up my 3rd Alien Archive. But yeah. So Shadow Mist is going to guard the car until we come back.
It is there.
And then we're going to come in and take a nap.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can do that. The refugees probably set about just dragging the goblin and They grab the goblin and Tashtari bodies that are remaining, and they sort of just shove them off the cliff by the bridge.
Lovely.
A goblin funeral. Excellent.
Yeah, they buried him at sea. And you could probably hold up in Rip Nugget's bedroom would be the best spot for the group of you.
Yeah.
And you have an uneventful rest.
Good.
That's lucky.
This is what we like.
Okay. So we get our resolve points back. We get our stamina. Get my precious spell slot back.
You get what, your level and hit points back? If I remember correctly?
That said, I will probably heal Ava because I have 1 spell slot remaining. So I'll throw a Mystic Cure.
I
can also throw a medicine check out if there's any.
Okay. I get her up to 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 16 is plus 19
20.
now. Fine. Ava's at full health.
She's a 19 to 25, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Cool. All right. What was that?
I know, it's all good. I worked it out silently.
Nice.
Cool.
All good stuff.
Okay.
I think you should have. Yeah, you probably have it. All right.
What?
So, no, I was looking at your resolve, and for some reason my brain was like, that should be full. And then the other part of my brain was like, no, maybe not.
We stopped and took a rest.
Yep.
I thought it was like an 8-hour rest. Am I wrong?
No, that's what you did.
Oh, I mean before. I just haven't filled it back up.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make.
Yep. So you did do an 8-hour rest. You were not disturbed. You did anything unusual, other than like you heard like the refugee just going,
Yeah. What goblins
you can
do.
explore more of this keep. You did find a staircase previously. If you wanted to immediately go to it, or you could explore. You had a little bit of the little bit you had not explored yet. But that's up to you. You let me know what you want to do.
Yeah, we might as well clear the floor.
We're gonna go find the
first.
rest of those pickles.
Find the rest of the.
Well,
We're gonna be pickled by the time we live here.
The areas that you have not explored are either up or down from here.
Jacinto wants to go through this door down here.
You have
So
to go through that door.
Yes,
Yes.
that door.
Yes, Lapis.
Ava doesn't seem like she's gotten much better. Do you want to leave her in here, or do you want to take her out to the buggy and leave her in there?
Well,
Because I would feel safest if we don't bring her exploring with us. I don't want to put her in harm's way while she's in this state.
Yeah, you're right. Let's put her in the buggy. Well, no, having her wake up from whatever this is or have something go wrong while she's surrounded by goblins, probably not the best idea. So yes, let's put her in the buggy.
And Lahan's
And
new
Shadow Mist can watch over her.
new creatures out there. You guys have a mind link or something. He can probably tell you if she gets up, yeah?
yeah, I think so.
I don't know if telepathic bond even has like a finite range. I think as long as you're on the same plane.
I believe that you are right.
Excellent. I think that's going to be our best bet. It just doesn't feel right having...
That's and we don't need to get
No, say no more.
We don't need to get super into the nuts and bolts in it because I could see Ava waking up and there being a giant monster in front of her and her attacking it. But maybe you leave like a note and like Shadow Mist is supposed to tell you when she starts acting normal, and then like Shadow Mist will like spit it at her or something.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll tell Shadow Mist to let me know if she wakes up, and then I will put a note on her comm unit that will ping using the accelerometer, so that every time she moves, it will ping until she looks at it.
Or like she moves her hand to attack, and it's and you're screaming at her, "Don't attack my horse! Don't attack my horse!" It's friendly. It's friendly. It's friendly.
Put a
So we
put a
leave
"Hello, my
Ava
name
in
is
the
friendly"
buggy.
sticker on it.
Or you get like some machine grease and you just write on the windshield, "Don't
I
attack."
don't know. Ava likes animals. If Shadow Mist isn't attacking, normal Ava won't. And right now she's like
Ava.
comatose, so.
All right.
No more nuts and bolts. We have a way for Ava to wake up.
We
and not
leave
immediately attack
Ava
your
behind.
companion.
And then we advance the plot.
Good.
All right. So you open up this door, and inside are shelves lined with crude tools, nets, and tack for goblin tashtari lining the wall. To the northeast stands a large L-shaped wooden cage that contains dozens of six-legged horned rabbits.
Well, I guess there's nothing in here.
Yeah. Let's move on.
You want to open this door, Lahan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aha!
Is this where the pickles live?
Well, you open up this door.
There's more.
We're not looking for pickles.
Okay.
That's what we're looking for, right?
So you open that door. Oh, wait. Actually, you can't go in there yet. I jumped the gun. I'm sorry.
Oh no!
So this door is it's one of the few wooden doors, but it's been nailed shut.
Take the hinges off.
Yeah, you super do. It takes you about a minute. You pop those hinges off. It's a storeroom. It's half filled with crates, barrels, and large sacks of grain and other food stores. A small hole's been chopped into the lower side of one of the barrels, allowing pickles and brine to drain out, giving the room a singular stink of vinegar.
Aha! Pickles! Aha! Here you go, Jacinto. Breakfast. I found the pickles.
More ground pickles.
Thanks. Thanks.
Well, Jacinto token spells them for us. And then they freshly.
Jacinto takes a pickle that is probably the size of his arm.
Oh, these are full on pickled cucumbers. It's like the size of your body. Bro.
Okay, yeah. All right, then even better. This'll take Jacinto up to lunch.
This is like your baguette.
That's right.
All right, we got stairs here. We got stairs here, and we saw some other stairs sort of around the other side. Did we check this door north of where all the dead Pashtari were?
You did not.
Check that door.
Check that door.
Let's be thorough. And the door beyond it. The south door.
The south door, you say?
Show me south.
I need to read a description to you. There is an ancient that look to be scavenged from a starship. Chairs that look to be scavenged from a starship, and they're the only furnishings in this.
Okay. North door.
This is where they store the
North
guest
door.
chairs.
Oh man, chairs.
A 1.
What?
Door are you opening?
It's
Which
a
door are you opening? The top or the bottom one?
I guess the bottom one first.
Oh, right. A description for you there. This is a small, foul-smelling room featuring little more than a reeking hole in the ground, its rim stained with refuse and waste.
Found the bathroom. Oh.
We found the bathroom.
Found the bathroom.
We found the bathroom, but we didn't want to. What's through the other door?
Well, but real quick, what is Tom? I'm going to borrow a little bit from D&D 5th edition here. What's your passive perception?
10 plus my perception mod is 22.
Okay. The west. The west. Okay. I mean, you can see it on the map. Jacinto wouldn't have seen the giant S there, but that represents there's something. But
of course,
Jacinto did on his own see that the west wall of this nasty smelling room is hiding a secret door.
There's a. There's a. Jacinto. Excuse me for a moment. Presses the button on his chest, and his environmental protections come up. Flushing his, helmet with fresh air and whatnot. There's a secret door over here on the other side of this. And he'll carefully edge his way around whatever mess this is and try and leverage the door.
You get to the door, and you find where the door might be accessed and opened, and you see that there is a cleverly hidden circular indentation with a tiny little slot, similar to that circular key that you found.
Yeah. Jacinto calls for the key. Maybe Lahan was holding it or something. I don't know.
I'm just picturing you tiptoeing Gakok style across the hoops.
And then Jacinto carefully inserts the key and turns it.
Okay. You open up and
Jacinto, token spell.
Yeah, you could have token spelled the whole room.
Yeah. Jacinto definitely takes the time to do that. I just wasn't sure if I should mention. But I guess it makes this whole scene a whole lot less gross. I don't want to talk about it.
It does. Yeah, just say I'm magically clean.
I token
Did you
spell
learn
it.
anything from Oregon Trail? This is how you get cholera and die.
I just turned on my environmental protections.
Space Oregon Trail.
Die.
Oregon.
Space Oregon Trail.
You do open
Sporegon Trail.
You do open it up, and it's like it's a small cubby that a medium-sized creature could reach in and touch fingertips to the back wall, basically. And there is a storage trunk with a heavy-duty electronic lock on it.
Jacinto clambers up, pulls it out, and tosses it onto the now spotless surface that he climbed up from. That's good. So I get. That's good. So I get the trunk out.
How big of a trunk is it?
And bring it out to Lahan and say, Lahan, this is locked. Oh, you're muted, Nick. You're muted, Nick.
Oh,
Okay.
I said my specialty. Let's get that open. 19.
You
I have a +4 to disable locks, which makes that a 23.
just enough. Just enough.
Haha!
You go to dig into this, and not only do you open the lock, but you narrowly, by the slimmest of margins, avoid a rusted, grime, and some other substance covered blade from you narrowly avoid that from slashing your hand as you open it. If you look at the blade a little bit close, it's not filth as in the refuse that was in the room, because this was a separate area. It was actually relatively clean, but it's probably blood from someone not being careful opening it, and then there's some other substance smeared on it that's just old and dried and not effective. Like they probably had poison on it, but no one's maintained it.
Base hep. Got it.
Yeah. And this is room C24. I have a thing to show you. I don't need the locations. I need to look at my handouts. Not my handouts, my loot sheets. This is 24. Is that correct? I have this labeled incorrectly. No. There it is. Okay, show to players.
Oh, no.
This is what you find in there.
Good.
Wow.
Shiny.
Wow.
Ooh, shiny.
Grass. Plexiglass.
Hmm.
Plexiglass bodysuit?
Mm-hmm.
Plexiglass.
It looks very similar to the suit of armor.
It looks very
Wow.
similar to the suit of armor that Gogmert was
His
wearing.
was probably summer. This one is
Hmm.
His was probably summer. This one is probably a bit fall.
Have to look that up. Weird.
Depending on how good it
Have
is,
to look
that
that
would be thematically neat on our little plant boy.
I mean, I don't say no to shiny
yes.
new toys.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't say no to shiny new toys.
Yeah, a lot of crud sticks. For people listening and or watching, if you can't see the text because it's very small, they found a stack of cred sticks of varying denominations totaling up to 4,423 credits. They found a pouch it would probably be more like a rigid case with a foam insert that's lined with 34 flawed malachites, each worth 10 credits, a plexiglass bodysuit Mark 1, a hook sword, 2 manacles, a horicalcum symbol of serenity worth 1,000 credits, a jade necklace worth 600 credits, and a fine fire silk gown worth 1,500 credits. Like, an incredibly beautiful dress for any of you that are interested in having something like that. It's shimmering. It looks like if you like drape it, it looks like firelight, like moving, as the fabric moves.
Ooh, shiny.
Wow, that's really pretty. Wow, that's really pretty. Yeah, you know this. This armor is really neat. It's like I've looked it up in a mechanical sense. It's from Near Space, which is why I hadn't heard of it because I haven't, absorbed all of Near Space into my brain yet. It is of Goran make, the plant people, one of the plant people anyway. It consists of millions of densely woven blades of a bioengineered plant with incredibly tough fibers that have a tensile strength that rivals most alloys. It is a very, very plant-based thing, and I think it's really neat. And Jacinto would like it if nobody else minds. It's level 5. EAC plus 3, KAC plus 4, max dex plus 6.
Light armor?
2 upgrade slots, notably. Yeah, light armor.
Has.
Yeah, light armor.
It'll only.
It won't even up my dex that much. Or my AC that much. I just think it's a really neat thing for a plant, like you said, for Plant Boy to have.
And I'll take your old armor.
All right, I got Graphene Carbite skin, and because of weird mechanics in Starfinder, there's no cost to upgrading a tiny suit of armor up to a medium-sized suit of armor.
Other than 10 minutes of work in an engineering check, which
Yes.
I Somehow I'm
with the settings.
Yeah.
I don't know
the suits.
why.
Get it to go back to factory default. So it'll fit.
Trippy
Hmm.
and
Trippy and Nicole Bolus are reporting that there is
I'll turn
a
everybody down a
slight
little bit
echo.
because that's usually what it is. Other than that, there's not much else I can do. If I turn you guys down much farther, I can't hear.
There we go. And then I opened that last door for you, and it leads to some stairs.
More stairs, and all the stairs
Okay.
go down.
The
Yes.
only stairs that
They all go down. The only stairs that didn't go down actually are the ones by the where you found the pickle goblins.
yeah, it's
Oh,
very
those ones go up.
similar to
Okay.
Yeah,
They probably-
it's very similar to.
Chase that goblin.
Remember how you chased that goblin into the throne room? There was a set of stairs in that room,
Said that there was a trap.
and you guys
Yeah.
actually went up, and I said that there was a trap door up there, and it's probably one of the two watchtowers, because you saw two goblin heads on the east,
Okay.
but you didn't see any on the west.
Okay. So,
Right.
can we
Okay.
take the-
So, can we take the time to adjust those suits of armor for ourselves?
Zero
It just takes
problem.
10 minutes apiece. As long
Actually,
as
you know what? I lied. I got the Vesk Brigandine too. I'm fine for a while.
Oh my god, you have Vesk Brigandine too.
I don't know where we found this.
That's really good armor. That
I
might have been
can't
on
remember
Gogmerd
what-
actually.
No, it was pseudo.
It was pseudo. Yeah.
'Cause you didn't kill Gogmert.
Oh, yeah,
You
okay.
didn't take anything from Gogmert, because Gogmert had the plexiglass as well. Yeah, no. I mean,
Wait, then who took that?
He's alive.
no one took anything from Gogmert because you didn't kill
He's
Gogmert.
alive.
He's the Xeno
Oh,
druid.
sorry. Yep. Nope. Yep. That was I was mixing up. This is my bad. I was thinking of Rip Nugget. That
Rip
is
Nugget's
on
actually on
me.
We did murder Rip.
But
It's true.
we did
do
murder the
murder
heck out of Rip.
Nugget.
Yes, Rip Nugget is on Finn.
So if you want to,
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to,
Jacinto will
Jacinto will go up to Lahan and say,
this looks really
Lahan, do you think you could adjust? This looks really great, but I'd be swimming in it right now. And he just sort of like holds it up
Yeah.
to you.
No
Oh,
problem.
thanks. Great.
Um,
Do you want me to actually find the rules and roll it?
Yeah.
Or?
Finn?
If you just roll an engineering check, I think it's super easy.
Rip
You
Nugget
check.
did have really good armor. It probably would have been between you and Ava to decide who gets it. They had Formian hide armor.
basic for me.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Like basic Formian hide. It is, I believe, a heavy armor if I'm remembering
Yeah,
correctly.
I'll just wait until
It is.
Leaf is back, and then me and them can talk about it.
Okay, I just wanted you to make sure that you knew that there was.
Okay, I just wanted you to make sure that you knew that there was
They might have
armor
already
for you.
taken it for Ava. I don't
Mhm.
know if we talked about that or not. I don't think I took it.
remember it at all. I know that Ava said
Yeah, I
I
can't
don't
remember at this
it
point.
at all. I know that Ava said that she wanted the shield. No one said anything about the armor.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to just dip
All right.
them here. That's
Well,
Well, you could always wear it and see if Leaf wants Ava to have it the next time.
yeah, just wait.
They
It's not a
return.
biggie.
All right.
All right.
all right.
Jacinto, meanwhile,
Um,
is very dashing in his.
Jacinto, meanwhile, looks very dashing in his new. You said this was springy. Springy armor?
I think I described it as it's a little bit more fall than
A little more fall.
summer.
Oh,
Unless
I see,
you
okay.
want it to be springy or
No.
or wintry.
Fall's great too. Fall is a beautiful time of year. So yeah, Jacinto looks very dashing. I like to think it's got like some orange streaks through fading green biomaterial.
I'm picturing like shoulder accents that might be like almost pauldrons that are made of like overlapping like leaves.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get about
Cool.
thing.
All right, I'll get about adding that to my thing. But
All right. So, which set of stairs did you want to go down?
As you think about that,
And as you think about that, we might want to go to break because it's 5 minutes
is
till our
about
normal
that.
time.
I can
Yeah.
use some more caffeine. I'm a tired
Yeah.
kid.
Mm.
Yeah, I need to get tea.
Are we gonna do?
I'll probably make
15?
myself another cup too.
All right. Well, I think that's our standard. I don't see why we shouldn't.
Yeah.
We'll be back at. It looks like 40 after.
Sounds like a plan, man.
And
Sounds like a plan, man.
don't go anywhere. And Lapis, take us out when you're ready. We have returned. Thank you for sticking with us. And as we come back, I threw out a bunch of different terms. I mentioned a clouder of heroes. I believe a murder of hobos is what Tom came up with. A pack of heroes, our group. They have to decide which set of stairs they want to descend because they found 2 sets of stairs that go down. One just off of
I
the
say we just go up
room,
these
and one by the poop room.
and
Take the one by the poop room.
it's not the poop room anymore. I cleaned it. I
The former
token spelled
poop
the
room.
room. It's now pristine and it shall no longer be known as that.
Well, let's take the back stairs by the bathroom.
Yeah.
Those seem like the sneakier way to go.
Mm-hmm. Who will expect us to go past the bathroom? This is a long map.
I mean, if I knew anything about that bathroom, I would not expect anyone to come that way. I would expect the bathroom to be deterrent.
All right,
Holy
I'm putting Ava off to the side. Honestly, I forgot I should resize Jacinto.
I mean, mechanically, nobody can be in my space anyway. So, really, keeping me the same size just allows everybody to see the Paizo art. But you can shrink me too if that's okay.
But Paizo art
fine.
isn't nearly as good as Lapis art.
True. I'm not going first.
You guys can put me up front.
Yeah, send Finn.
I was kind of curious though. Did it sound like Lee
Already
was
did.
going to join us at all this session?
All right.
Or are we gonna finish it off without them?
No.
No, they made plans. Not really.
No, they made
Okay.
plans, not realizing what day it was, and they apologized profusely for forgetting the day of the week. This is
We
the
forgive them. I forgive them.
danger of everybody working from home, guys. Time ceases to have all meaning when you don't leave your house.
Well, we need to give them
Mhm.
multiple reminders. They need an alarm on their phone, then they have the Google reminder.
Yeah, no, we just need to start paying Leif like on Wednesday night, being like, Leif, are you live? Don't make plans. Tomorrow is Thursday.
Or ping them Monday and be like, you have 4 more days.
Today is Monday. Ping them on Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Ping them on Wednesday. Today is Wednesday.
All right.
So this
I'm gonna go to the
staircase.
dynamic line. Yep, it ends in a door. That is a door there. I didn't want to just open the door on you.
Are you sure
You
it's
have the
not-
option.
A jar.
Uh,
Oh,
Leave the jokes to me, Nick. Leave the jokes to me.
no, I liked it. It's fine.
I'm proud of my. That was a good joke.
It was an all right joke.
If someone hasn't done it, someone should do it. They should get like industrial strength adhesive, like, and just stick mason jars together to fill the dimensions of a door and attach it to a hinge mechanism, so you could have a door that is a jar that is
Along
jars.
that line,
Mm.
one of
The
my
jar
other
door
favorite
is a
pun jokes
jar.
like that is, when is a car not a car? When it turns into a parking lot.
Yeah.
All right. So you're descending down these stairs. They are, at least initially, they're rough. They're fairly rough-hewn stone. You're descending not incredibly far, probably I'm going to say 20, 30 feet. Although the way the map's drawn, it would only be 10 feet. I don't like that. And eventually you come to this door. And this door, it looks beat to crap, but it looks like a possible hatch for the exterior entry on a ship, maybe. The interior architecture of this map is not going to make sense in relation to a ship, but I promise you, it's part of a ship.
You didn't make a custom map, Jet?
I'm sorry.
My immersion.
Broken forever.
Lapis, we're getting reports of echo persisting.
Okay, I guess I just have to mute
Just so
forever.
you know. I'm sorry.
Forever. That sucks.
I think this is an issue that Simon has had to deal with as well. I recommend asking him how he solves it.
Yes, make a note to ask Simon. Simon knows all.
Good plan, yeah.
Simon knows many things.
Ghost says there's a pre-echo of Jet. That's really weird.
That's very weird. I feel like that's logical. Like that could definitely happen, obviously, since it is. But anyway, let's open this door.
Finn, throw open that door.
Click. And what you see before you is a large table surrounded by chairs. There's a hollow projector in the center of the table, and it's projecting scribblings above the table. But there is a map of Sandpoint that has been carefully drawn, and it leaves no doubt as to the purpose of this room. This is doubtless where the recent raid was planned.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, that was... Why did I move Lahan? There.
Oh, because we're sharing a square at the moment.
Jacinto cautiously steps into the room.
All right. Yeah, nothing jumps out at you. There are scribblings floating in the air if you want to look at them, along with that map of the town.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Lohan
take
definitely.
I was gonna do a general perception.
Okay. Cool. Do that. Roll your perception.
I will also roll a perception check.
Yeah, Ghost's saying they're hearing me talk quietly, and then a few seconds later
Well, there's
at
nothing I
normal
can do
volume.
about that. I've muted myself, and I don't know what else I can do to fix
That's
the
it.
jet problem.
Yeah, no, we'll have to figure this out some other time. I was just making you aware of them explaining what they were hearing. Perception 23. You don't find anything else unusual in this room. There's nothing hidden. You do, as you're looking around, probably because you're paying a much more attention. Like Jacinto's sort of taking it all in and sort of starting to focus, but you're looking pretty intently at everything. You see notes saying things like, once the Whispering Beast is tamed, the architects of the plan intend to mount a special raid on the town. One that incorporates not only additional goblin tribes culled from as far as the Fog Scar Mountains to the north, but creatures referred to as Sinspawn who will invade Sandpoint from below.
Well,
Oh no, we've seen Zinspawn before.
There is no exact timetable given for the second raid, but a close examination reveals that the final assault is scheduled for only a few weeks into the future.
Take all their notes.
Well, you just take a picture of the hologram.
Oh, it's a hologram. I just download it.
what
There you
language?
go.
What language did they take
Yeah.
the notes in? Out of curiosity, is it all in common, or is it Goblin, or?
It's a mishmash of common and goblin.
Ooh,
The more coherent stuff is in common. The less coherent stuff is in goblin.
I download it and then I sabotage their computer so they can't get at their notes again.
Okay. You can do that.
Yeah. Cool.
Let's see how badly they will never fix it. 30.
They'll never fix it.
You wrote so many ones and zeros over their ones and zeros, like repeatedly.
Oh man,
Yep.
001.
That information is like gone.
All of my Cryptonomicon knowledge.
And then because like when you delete things, things aren't actually deleted. It's just like sort of saved to be written over. I fill it all back up with cat videos.
Well, that's what I was referring to, obviously, when I said that you were writing your ones and zeros over their ones and zeros, because you were just making it a garbled mess that was indecipherable.
Oh, no, not even cat videos. Better yet, dog and horse videos.
All right. I want to open the door I'm standing in front of if it is unlocked.
Okay, well, let me do a little read, just to make sure I know how to respond. Interesting. So it is not locked. You can figure that out. This is even a powered door. You could just touch a button and it will slide open to the side. If you want to do that, I will delete the door.
All right. Mahan moves to have a shot through the door when it opens. But
Okay. And what you see inside is a large work table sitting in the middle of the room. Its surface cluttered with data chips and data pads covered with dense, spiky runes, which you wouldn't know until you get closer look, and fragments of carvings that appear to have been chipped off of statues or bas-reliefs. To the north, a floor-to-ceiling set of shelves sags with picks, shovels, brushes, lanterns, and other equipment one might expect to see in an archaeological site. And in addition to all of that, we all need to roll initiative because you see this gray figure leaning over the table with like a monocle floating in front of their eye and some brushes and picks, and they're working on something. And as you open the door, they look up at you and they actually just sort of hiss and say, "Invaders," as they like slap a comm unit on the side of their neck.
Oh, weird.
kill.
Not what I was expecting to see today.
You have I believe you have, oh man, one of our regulars to thank for the choice of species, because I put this forward several weeks ago, and Shades, Trippy, I believe, and Ghost all tried to respond. I believe Ghost responded last. So I believe that this gray is courtesy of Trippy.
Nice.
And I need to
Well, here comes some battle music.
The Grays!
Thought I was free from the Greys.
Never free from the Grays. They're always just kind of hovering,
Apparently.
waiting for you to let your guard down.
Right.
And they're really good at rolling initiative.
Like that.
To be fair, I rolled a natural 20. All right. So this gray responds, and it's kitted out. It's actually wearing some Lashunta temp weave. It's got a couple different weapons strapped to its body. And it responds by casting a spell. And it poop,
How rude.
goes invisible.
Oh no. Seriously?
Oh, my
We're
favorite.
level 4 now.
Oh, invisibility.
I don't know what we can do about invisibility at level 3.
We just sort of wait for it to attack us.
No, we don't.
Because it can't.
Oh, I lied.
Yeah.
I was thinking I had shock. Wrong character.
And it's Lahan's chance to respond.
This is not okay. I'm going to keep where it was.
What was that, Lapis? Yep.
I don't think I can combat track it when I can't see it. Unfortunately. So I'm just going to take a shot at where it just was a second ago
Okay.
with my numbing beam.
This lasts so long, too.
That's only a 13, so I don't think we have to worry about the concealment.
Mm-mm. So you attacked.
And I guess I'll ready in action to combat track it if I see it.
Okay. Jacinto,
Okay.
you heard the hiss and the shout of intruders.
Well, Jacinto moves over here to the door. Doesn't see anybody. Moves over here. That's another 10 feet. Still doesn't see anybody. Decides that he doesn't want to be in there with something that he can't see that is hissing, and is going to give up the rest of his turn, I think. There's not much else he wants to do.
I will remind you, you guys got a crap load of grenades from the goblins you defeated.
That's true. I, however, am not proficient with grenades. And I don't think Jacinto would be holding them, if I'm honest.
The only person that's proficient is Ava.
Yep. No, mechanics are proficient as well, actually.
Yeah, I got grenades. I didn't write any of them down,
But that's my turn, regardless.
But it is Finn's turn. I shared the loot sheets with you, so you should be able to go back and look.
Alright, unmute myself.
okay.
Or someone might have transcribed them to your group loot sheet. Not sure.
I think I did. Yep, sticky bomb grenade, riot grenade, decoupler grenade.
Cool. Lapis. Tell us what
I
Finn
just
would
wait because I
do.
don't want to unmute while anybody is talking because I'll echo. I'm gonna grab my moat and I'm going to make my gauntlet. I'm gonna photon attune. I'll move in here and I'm gonna. Can I stand on these boxes? Is this a pile of boxes? Can I stand in the middle of them on top of these boxes?
Well, that thing is a table.
I'm gonna stand on the table.
That thing is a table, but it's a weird scale slightly,
stand
so
on
you're
the
really
table.
just kind of standing around the edge of the table.
Thank you.
Okay, you can stand on the table. Oh, okay.
Oh no,
Yeah, you
I
can
want
just stand
to be on
beside
the
it.
table.
It's just that the drawing is a little bit off.
Ah,
Oh,
ah,
okay.
thank
Sorry, I keep misunderstanding you. Yeah, you can be on the table.
and that's it. Because there's a move to make my gauntlet and a move to move.
Okay, that is. Are you attuning? Okay, just wanted to make sure. God damn it.
It's a small room. Doesn't matter if he's invisible.
Eventually, you'll be able to explode.
Well, I mean, eventually the Pronker is going to want to attack us, and I swear to God, if they have greater invisibility, then we should just run. But otherwise, they're going to pop back into visibility. So,
True.
Lahan, you get to go.
Well, I'm gonna pull out that decoupler grenade, and well, actually, it doesn't have a whole lot of range on it, or a whole lot of explode.
but now Finn's in there too, so you can't exactly throw a grenade in there.
But Finn will be fine,
I mean, I don't know. Reflex back up.
right?
Good con. You can throw a grenade at me if you really want to.
Well, and you don't want to really move. What if I just
mean,
throw
I'm
the sticky
gonna
bomb in
want
there?
to move. I don't know where you got. I don't really want to move.
Oh. Well, because you want to stand next to it. It would keep it next to you. provided it is next to you. You know.
I mean, you're very top of the round. You can always delay to time it and shoot it once it pops up if it does pop up.
Yeah, that's fair. I will delay.
Jacinto will also delay.
Dude hasn't popped up or anything. I'm gonna photon attune for a second round, and I'm gonna hold action to punch it if it appears anywhere within punching range. Single attack. Carry on.
You're muted.
Jet,
Yeah.
you're muted.
Okay.
You're muted.
Sorry. I said, okay. Good to know. I was just reading more up on invisibility to give myself more options to see what's going on. And
Ugh. You know what? Prunk it. It's been 2 rounds. Lahan closes the door and locks it, so it's trapped in there with Finn.
Ha! I love it.
It's a 27.
okay.
Granted, Greys are
It's a
pretty
donut.
smart.
It'd be unfortunate if it already left the room, though.
Go ahead and explode, Finn. It would indeed.
Would be.
It might have just run away, but
Yeah, so Lahan did that. It's back to Jacinto.
I guess Jacinto will take a page out of Lahan's book and at least shut this door over here. So if the thing tries to leave through that door, if it hasn't already, at least we'll hear it go. The grin on Jet's face and the fact that he's trying to stifle the grin has me think that we're already too late. However, I'll shut the door. And that is Jacinto's turn.
percept, search for it.
Oh,
You'll really
yeah. I mean, I could
Finn's
percept
turn.
for it. Yeah,
You could, if you want to do that before Finn acts. That is a valid.
I will use my special eyes. 25 to percept.
You don't see anything.
Yeah, go figure. I don't know why I said I was using my eyes. The thing's invisible. Yeah. Jacinta looks around the room. Lahan, have you felt anything? I don't know, like
No, I don't know where it is. I'm
Finn,
hoping
do you
it's
feel
trapped
it in there? That would be great. Because Finn's about to explode, probably.
telepathically.
What was that, Lahan?
I ask Finn telepathically. Is there anything in there?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Finn,
Well,
Finn, it's your
gotten
go.
3 photon attunes, so I am going to explode.
Okay. You explode, damaging the contents.
Okay. You explode,
Nice.
damaging the contents of this room, and you don't hear anyone cry out in pain or
17
anything.
damage to the room. Suck it, room.
17 damage to the
You do 17 damage to the room.
Now, this is probably where I shouldn't say anything, but to be pedantic, or that's not the word, to argue the point, Supernova specifically says that it damages creatures in the area, not. It's
cool.
different from a grenade.
Wanted to
I'm totally cool with that.
mess everything up.
But you don't hear anything cry out in pain
Okay.
when that supernova bursts.
That's fishy.
And it is my turn.
secrets.
What you up to, Jet?
I'm gonna take a
Secrets?
caller. I don't think it's in here.
Bummer. Sorry, in Jacinto's voice. Oh, that's a bummer.
Where is it? Hopefully Jet's about
It probably
to
went
answer.
off to go warn somebody else.
Probably.
Okay, I did all my movement. I'm sorry.
Okay, I did all my movement. I'm sorry. I had to open up a second roll 20 so I could look at things.
Uh-huh.
It's Lahan.
Well, I guess Lahan will open this door back up without a problem. So she jammed it.
Mhm.
Unjam the door.
You unjam it.
I unjammed the door I just jammed. Well, crap, do we
That's
want
all
to
we
follow
can
it?
do, really.
I don't know. I mean,
Keep moving.
I don't
Because
know. I
things are
mean,
gonna know we're here.
Prepare
it's
for a
pronking
standoff.
invisible though. We don't know where else it could have gone.
I presume there's another door where this sort of protrusion
But would
is.
we have heard it leave? Like, because if it went through this door over here, this door was shut, right? So we would have seen it leave through that door.
Right.
If you go
Um,
into the room, if you want to look around actively in that room, you can give me a perception check, and I'll tell you if you find anything.
Yeah, I'll do that, I suppose. 13.
You do not find anything.
Jacinto will go in. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
Yes, but my question to the group stands: do we want to try to follow it or set up for more incoming bads now
So
they know
keep
we're
moving.
here?
Not necessarily following it, but exploring
We could
more.
probably.
Yeah. If we have to fight it, we have to fight it. If it just ran off, then that's one less thing that we have to fight. I don't know. It clearly didn't seem interested in fighting. So I'm going to stop the battle music now.
I still need to kind of stay in turn-based combat because I need to track its movement relative to what you guys are doing.
Sure.
But Jacinto, what did Jacinto? Okay, Jacinto moved in there. Is
Jacinto would like
making
to-
the perception check?
Yes. 24.
Okay, so Jacinto, so. Okay, there's a sealed stairway that I am going to open up for you. Yeah.
And
It looks like this obstruction that was hiding it was relatively recently installed.
and we didn't.
But
I'm sorry.
no, I was just going to say, it opens to reveal a set of stairs going down.
Okay. And we didn't see it open up the wall Bruce Wayne style and dart down a staircase?
Nope.
Oh, Grays can phase. It doesn't need to open any doors. Not that we know that.
Oh, I didn't realize that as Tom. Okay. Well, phasing
That's
and
our
invisibility. Fun. Oh yeah, no. Not that we know. Well, there's a staircase here. Could I make a knowledge check on Grays?
I don't even know.
I didn't even see the Gray.
It's
Never
not a
mind. Never mind. Forget it.
What is it?
The only person.
I
It's
saw
You saw it. Jacinto did.
yeah. I mean, both of you saw it. Jacinto did not. It is a gray.
Culture.
Culture, life science.
Yeah, no,
Either one would
I know
apply, I
what that is.
think. It was a weird spindly thing with a
27.
big head that was sort of bluish gray, had giant orb-like black eyes.
With a 20.
So does Lahan know anything about them with the? with the
I mean, you
27.
do know that it was a gray. People suspect them of doing shady things within the galaxy at large. There's always conspiracy theories about them. People think they're infiltrating or, doing various other things. But no one, I don't think anyone is, if I'm remembering my lore correctly, because I'm shooting from the hip here a little bit. I don't think anyone is 100% certain that they actually really, really exist. I think they're a little bit more like a rumor.
Yeah. You hear about people getting abducted by them, but nobody really believes it.
And the people who do aren't taken seriously.
All right.
So it matches the description. Yeah, it matches the description of what people describe Greys as being, despite the fact that Greys are not confirmed to exist.
Okay. Well, we found a secret staircase. Okay. Well, we found a secret staircase here. Do we want to pursue this, or do we want to clear the rest of this?
My vote
Floor.
staircase with my free action.
Well, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'll check that.
Well, it's your turn. Could Jacinto have opened the staircase on his turn?
Yeah, it was a simple, like, slightly hidden switch. It wasn't anything.
15 over this corner.
Is Bertram doing like a dance over there, Jet? Is Bertram doing like a dance over there, Jet?
He is laying on his back, and no, I think he has like an itch in his ear, is what it is.
The staircase is a dead end.
He's making the collar go jingle.
Right. Bertram.
I'd probably go to another part of the map. Jet, mute.
I was muting because I was calling Bertram over to take his collar off. So this will actually take you down to the level 2 of the dungeon. This is the transition that I told Tom. If we're going to the second level of the dungeon, the group should probably level up.
Oh. Well.
Right. Well then. Then we don't go this way.
All right, I'll go the other direction.
Probably. Like
that is entirely up to you. If you really think your group would be like secret passage, we're going down it, we can do that. And I told you guys ahead of time to make level 4 choices so you can level up quickly.
I can level up quickly.
Yeah. We could talk through our level. Yeah, we could talk through our level 4 choices.
Lapis is trying to talk.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk
I was just saying,
over you,
I
Lapis.
could level up really quickly. Can y'all level up quickly?
Sure.
So
you don't sound super excited.
it's in your
I'd
guys'
rather not.
hands.
I don't want to make you level up quickly and then regret it.
No. Nope. No, what I was thinking was we could perhaps talk our level 4 choices out while we're doing it, and sort of thus give each other time to like add things to our sheets and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, dig that.
Yeah. Oh. All right.
Mine's pretty simple. I'm going to take overclocking to give me a plus side bonus to initiative checks, and reflex saves.
Nice.
Yeah, flat bonus. It's
Excellent.
not super exciting, but it's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Flat bonuses are never the sexy option, but they are usually a very good option. I was going to take another battle cry is what they're called. And for the battle leader archetype, specifically, that is where the battle cries come from. I think I was going to do take a breather is good, but I think I'll do stay alert, because you get a +1 bonus to AC for 1 round after you drop an enemy, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So if you drop somebody, and I, because this is separate from my regroup. Yeah, the regroup cry that I have so far is gives you stamina back equal to my level plus charisma modifier. Stay alert. If I've already given you stamina back, then if you drop another enemy, I could give you a +1 bonus to your AC, which is pretty cool. And this just gives me more things to do with my reactions. And I like that. This does mean that Jacinto doesn't get access to augury, which would be the Mellophile's second level connection spell. Because I'm getting second level spells. It's a big day.
Big day.
Yeah. So, yes. That's pretty much it for Jacinto. He's learning some new spells. I'll let those come out naturally. And getting a new battle cry. What about Finn?
There you go, now everybody can hear me. I mean, only thing that I really get at level 4 is a new Stellar Revelation. And I wasn't 100% decided on which one I wanted. But I can always just do all my crunchy numbers and do the Stellar Revelation for later. And just not use that slot. I ain't too worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I do need?
Cool.
You know what I do need?
Another new language.
What?
Another new language.
What have you been exposed to recently? Languages-wise.
I took New Thessalonian.
I took New Thessalonian after we encountered that.
Mm-hmm.
Any recommendations?
Yeah,
Any
Lovely.
recommendations from our lovely, benevolent GM?
You're muted, Jet.
Thank you. Well, I mean, you've interacted with goblins. You've found some new Thessalonian stuff. You have also, you know that there is someone of celestial origin who has
Yeah, I was
ties
gonna say
to
Abyssal or
the
something
infernal or
useful.
demonic.
She's trying to turn herself into a demon.
I'm trying to think of story reasons to learn a language. You know.
It's crazy gal.
Other than that, are there any cultures that Lahan is interested in that she might have? Like you learned Triaxian, would you have learned Draconic? Because that's sort of those sort of go hand in hand.
That's
Or been
true.
learning. Like I'm trying to think of story reasons for you to learn a language, not just this is a check mark on a box, you know?
Well, I mean, I just have so many. Draconic's a good choice.
Yeah, I think Jacinto might. He won't know it for like the extent of this dungeon, but Abyssal was a good idea as well, probably, since we're dealing with sin spawn and whatnot. That makes sense to look
Crazy that
into.
Turn herself into a demon.
Yeah.
She probably, as a demon fangirl, is going to be writing stuff in Abyssal. And we want to know the stuff she's writing down. My nerds need to know Abyssal. Because I ain't learning Abyssal.
What?
Yeah.
I'm not a...
Doesn't change much.
I've got two
Okay.
languages, and I'm not planning on extending them anytime soon. I get very few skill points.
Yeah, that happens near Solarian.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Solar. It's so hard for me to go. I've been spoiled by having classes with high skill ranks or high intelligence. It's nice having skills, but I started off playing a lot of like 4 skill rank classes like Soldier, Solarian. It was nice when I played a Vanguard and he had 6 skills a level.
My
That's all we
first
got.
long-term class was like long-term was we had 3-5. We were playing 3-5, well 3-0 to 3-5 eventually. We had Savage Species, and I had 8 levels of Minotaur because I was a full-blooded Minotaur, and then I went from there on straight fighter all the way to like character level 23.
Wow.
We played for 3.5, 4 years straight, same group.
That's awesome.
Round robining who was GMing. It was pretty great. They kind of spoiled me.
Oh yeah, you talked about this group, I think, last week when we were.
Possibly.
Yeah.
All my crunchy numbers are crunched.
All right.
Yeah, same.
Same. I am level 4. I'm done.
Okay.
Oh.
I will warn you. This This is probably going to be a challenge for you.
Yeah, we don't have Ava.
Yeah.
I mean, I do pretty good damage with things.
I mean, it happens. It happens.
I get overshadowed by Ava, but I'm
I
not
know.
a bad punk.
I mean, I was tweaking things because.
Oh no.
But I'm going to clear the initiative tracker. Remove all turns. That's fine.
Before we go into
the
another
initiative
room,
tracker.
so we'll cast Defrex Hardiness on Finn. So he'll be ready to do that before we open a door. So it'll be on for the next time.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I will move you. I forgot to move the player thing. Player flag. Go to the level 2 of the dungeon. And you guys are in the upper left area.
Yes.
In a stairway.
Okay. This is the same as the last place, I imagine, right? So we're going to go south and then east.
Do you have any mute? You are.
You're muted again, Jet.
Oh, yes, and you can move your tokens. Sorry, I keep taking a drink of my tea and muting because I don't want you guys to hear the slurps because I've caught myself forgetting to do that.
Appreciate it as always.
Yeah, he just has to remember to unmute. I put mine on the toggle on the side of my mouse so I could just.
Yeah.
My mouse doesn't have that, but I do have a set of macro keys on my keyboard. I just need to remember to push.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I got a different mouse because my old one wouldn't let me do it.
Yeah, I can't go back. I love having macro buttons on my mouse, aside from the standard too.
Gotta have mouse buttons, man.
My problem is I wish they made a gaming mouse that was also a trackball because I love trackballs.
Oh, trackballs are great.
I love it because of Photoshop. It gives me more control.
Yeah, that way. So, there's a door up ahead. Finn, hold on a second. Let me, I'll cast, I'll give you Defrex Hardiness again. So this way, if anybody hits you, you'll hit them back.
And then move back once so that I can see through the door.
Now, Finn, you have DR4. That's fine. So now, Finn, you have DR4, and you do Lashback for piercing.
All right. So this, wow, this door before you is a steel door that's hanging slightly ajar. I probably could do this trick for you. Hanging slightly ajar. There are detailed images that once covered its surface that have been defaced by tool marks to the extent that only a few remnants of images, mostly of gemstones and crowns, remain. The floor here is slanted downward towards the west, actually. So, again, these maps aren't perfect because this was for Rise of the Rune Lords and this was an entirely different area, and I'm making this an ancient crash starship. So part of the starship is coming down vertically, and then it kind of broke in the middle along the keel, or the keel equivalent for a starship, and now it's sort of, you're in an area that's actually sort of canted off to the side slightly. And there is actually a mechanical effect due to this. If you are to the left of the map and attacking someone to the right of the map, you technically have the high ground. If I'm reading this correctly, the level is sloped.
We all know the high ground is
Nope.
very dangerous.
It's sloped downwards towards the west. So if you are to the east and you're attacking to the west, so right to left, you have a +1 to hit. If you're,
Oh, we want to be on the other side of the room.
you want to be on the other side.
Okay. That's
I see.
not unexpected.
That's all right.
And yeah, my sentence structure there was probably not super great, but basically this was an ancient door. It had images of gemstones, crowns, just wealth untold, etched into it at one point, and probably actually had gemstones set into it and other things. And someone has come along and either like burned or chiseled or ground like pieces of the door off to get at the wealth.
Any more wealth for us to take?
No.
Didn't think so. That's okay.
And you can open this door if you wish. It was left slightly ajar. Okay, you open it, and you are looking into this room that has 2 pillars supporting the ceiling in here. There are, in many places, the steel walls, floor, and ceiling are caked with ancient grime and soot. Alcoves in the north and south walls contain partially damaged statues of a man in robes clutching a book and a glaive. The entire room is canted towards the west, like I described, and whatever ancient upheaval caused this knocked the statues from their bases, so they now lean against the western walls in their alcoves. So the crash unseated them from their pedestals, and they...
Jacinto looks at them. Any kind of knowledge check I could make to recognize these?
This would be, I believe, for ancient Thessalonian stuff, would be culture.
Okay. I'm decent at
20.
culture. 21. Lahan's got me with a 28.
Yeah, well, you can put your heads together on this. You realize that this is another one of the Star Lords that was briefly mentioned. You previously identified Star Lord Alaznest. This one appears to possibly match the description of Star Lord Karzog, the Star Lord of Greed.
Okay. That's the second reference to Star Lords that we've had in roughly as many weeks.
I wonder if they're somehow connected all this? Maybe Nualia's drawing inspiration from them or something?
Well, they weren't good people, so...
No,
It could also
not in the least.
I guess if there's...
could also just be nothing. It's
Sorry.
people always like to cling to anything that they think is inspirational or hopeful. And Nualia's not a good person per se. I mean, it's like maybe evil horoscopes for them.
Or she could have found something.
Yeah, or she could have found something. Like, obviously, the plans above suggested she found the well for the sin spawn. Perhaps she thinks she can tap into their power somehow in order to get her revenge on Sandpoint.
It seems unlikely to me that she's going to be able to tap into
Yeah.
ancient power that's been laying dormant. That kind of stuff doesn't happen in real life. I say as I move over towards this door.
Oh yeah, it's a terrible.
Perception check if there's a call for one. I would make a perception check if there's a call for one. But if you don't need me to roll one, I won't roll one.
I'm not calling for one. You can make one if you want. Finn's kind of leaning on that door there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Finn could make one if they wanted, but you don't have to. I'm not calling for one.
Yeah. No, if you're not calling for one, I know I'll just roll a nat 20 and be heartbroken.
That was a 19. You're not hearing. It's not dead quiet. You do hear some noise, but you can't quite make out what it is, and it sounds kind of far away.
Again, it's kind of muffled.
It's kind of muffled. It's as though there's possibly a couple barriers between you and it, not just on the other side of the door, but you can't quite make out what it is.
This door.
And this door has not been defaced. It did not appear to have anything valuable set into it, but it does have those images etched or engraved into it of crowns, gold, like coins, like actual coin currency, just vast wealth just all over this door.
I'll try to open it.
Mm.
Okay. It does have power. These rooms are
That's fine.
dimly lit.
We all have darkness
Emergency
in our face.
lighting, sort of a situation.
I just wanted you to know that there was power.
Yeah, but I just wanted you to know that there was power of
Pour
some
out my
sort.
hat, as one does.
You open up the corridor. And
So you open up the corridor, and that's what you see
this is a short hallway.
before
It
you.
rises and slopes.
This is a short hallway. It rises and slope to the. Pause right there. Don't move any further. It rises and slope to the east, 5 feet from the western door. The floor is
Nice.
polished and shiny, right where you're standing, Finn. Unlike the dusty floor elsewhere. A pair of steel statues depicting stern men wielding glaives stands in the alcoves to the north and south of you, Finn. And at the eastern end stand 2 stone doors. Those should be steel doors. I missed a word. Their faces carved with strange runes. Just past the door is a third alcove in which a partially collapsed statue sits, the top half of the statue missing, leaving behind a ragged stump of a torso. And you stepped there, and you
Nice.
discovered
Give it to
my
me.
trap card.
No.
So I will delete that.
Reflex.
And
Go to the token layer, and just stand by. Sorry, just one moment, please. I have a lot of texts that I'm looking at right now. So what happens is you can see that there's dotted lines to your left and your right. 2 portcullises slammed down. And I believe you will get a saving throw, probably reflex, to avoid being trapped. I just want to make sure I'm not doing this incorrectly. Yes, you make a reflex saving throw to jump to one of the adjacent 5. Oh, you super do it. Do you want to jump forward or backwards? Okay. Okay, you do that. You can move your token. And those portcullises slam down, trapping you in there with those statues. And when those portcullises slam down, for the next about 12 seconds, the statues, the eyes light up, and sort of like the android's decorative circuitry, like certain seams along the limbs sort of light from within. It's definitely not an android, but just sort of that effect. They light up and they just start slashing with those glaives over and over and over. And then after they do that, the floor just drops trapdoor style. And then it slowly closes and the statues go back to their rest position and the portcullis raises.
Oh gosh.
Goodness.
I'm fine.
Finn, are you okay?
Y'all see that?
Happened.
Now let me make sure that doesn't happen again.
That was wild.
It's a 27 engineering to make sure that trap is disabled permanently.
You're so good at engineering, Nick. You're so good. Yeah, you super disable that.
A Shunta mechanic,
Nice.
man. Shunta mechanic.
you rolled an 11 and got 27.
I mean, you rolled an 11 and got 27.
Uh-huh. Oh, plus 16.
Man.
Skill.
That's wild. As a Lashunta, do you get to choose racial skill, like to get a racial bonus
Yeah.
to do things, right?
Yeah, the student ability.
Ugh.
Lashunta's racial.
And then it's a racial bonus, so it stacks with your bypass.
And then it's a racial bonus, so it stacks with your bypass.
Yeah. Racial bonuses are mwah,
Really great.
beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's really great for a skill-based character to be a Lashunta.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. Well, really glad that you didn't, get chopped by the glaives, Finn. That was really dangerous. Let's just... And he, tiptoes gingerly past them, looking up trepidatiously.
The
Oh,
fate-
don't worry. They're dismantled now.
Oh. Thanks, Lon.
The fate noises you're hearing are coming from the door above you to the north. Do you want to open that door or do you want to go south?
I'm muted.
Sort of.
I
Of.
was muted for the stream. The audience can
No, I heard
ask a
you.
question. So I asked what the noises sound like. Now I'm closer to them.
Okay. You kind of hear like the faint crashing of maybe furniture being tipped over a little bit. Someone
100%
scrambling
going that
around
way.
a room sort of noises.
Kicking the door in.
Kicking the door in. All right, let me delete that door.
Or maybe don't kick it.
Oh. Who be you?
Wide stone ledges of red marble line the curving walls of this room, which is well lit by 4 burning skulls that sit in each corner. I don't know how there's a corner in this room,
Whatever.
seeing as how it's round, but that was the description I had. 3 chairs rest in the room. They are now sort of piled up in front of this figure, and they're slightly crouched behind it, but not actually kneeling. The stone ledges are covered with an old hollow displays, data chips, teeth, bones, scrimshaw artwork, jars of deformed creature fetuses, taxidermied animals and limbs, and other strange objects. To the north, a large, round fountain filled with frothy blue water fills the room with the gentle sound of bubbling.
Doing me a heckin' concern, man.
And what happens is you open this door, and you didn't actively
I
sneak.
opened
You
it
just
quite
walked up and
loudly.
opened the door.
And,
So we're gonna go into
Okay,
it.
free action yell.
Yeah, you did check the door.
Surrender!
Sure.
We've already taken out that goblin chief. Whose head still dangling on my belt.
I'll give you a little description of the
Doesn't
person
matter.
that you're
I need to
facing.
surrender.
Roll poorly for initiative. That's real bad. So standing before you is a probably 6'6" woman with bronzed skin, platinum white hair, golden eyes. She has a arm, her, I believe, left arm, it looks like, is red and scaled and demonic and overlarge for her frame. Her midriff is being bared for all to see, and it is covered in crisscrossing scars. Jacinto, since you've researched Lamastria, you would recognize this as a sign of devotion to the Mother of Monsters. It marks this person as being capable of birthing monsters into the world.
Oh,
That's bad news, man.
that's real bad. I think that's Noalia.
And it is Lahan's chance to act the moment that door is booted open and Finn shouts for someone to surrender.
Oh,
Lahan-
I'm gonna hold my action for Finn to go in there. I'm gonna stay right here.
Okay. Lahan is holding.
I'm delaying.
Jacinto is.
And you're probably through
I
at
already
least
gave-
a minute of that T-Rex hardiness.
Yeah, sure. So that leaves 5 minutes left because my caster level is +1 because of the Mother's Wrath gauntlet thing that Jacinto is wearing. That I'm vaguely worried is cursed, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. When I actually have to use it. And
Oh, cursed items.
no, that would just be evil. So because it's caster level +1, and then in the spell, and then +1 for the minute. So 5 minutes left on that. Defrex hardiness is what I was trying to get around to in a roundabout sort of way. Jacinto's brain remembers that we need battle music. And then we're going to look into this room and actually, could I just peek my head around the corner without having to spend an action or something to see who that is?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, Jacinto is going to peek around the corner. His eyes widen and he looks up at Finn and says, you should probably go first. And that is no, actually that's not what happened. Jacinto's going to start a summon, and that's my final answer. My turn is over.
Sure.
I'm fairly certain. Yes, I apologize for playing spellcasters are hard sometimes because it's
It
like, what do I do? Oh, right, I have this spell. So yeah,
You have
that's
so
me.
many options.
And I just got
Nualia.
like second level.
Nualia gets to go now. And Nualia is going to stare at Finn in an imperious and probably fairly angry manner. And Nualia will surrender? Never. I'm finally earned the mother's favor, and you're not going to stop me. Sandpoint will burn. I've seen reports from you about you. You'll not stop me. And her eyes will glow gold, and it will sort of strobe out a little bit, and then they will burn red. And I need you to make a saving throw. I believe it is Will.
Saying it's what I say back here. Let the Solari go first.
But T-Frex Hardiness doesn't help against will save things.
So you did save, so you only take. It is mind affecting. All right. Well, that roll by itself, you did succeed on it, so you do get to take half damage. So you get to take half of. I rolled poops. You get to take 8 damage as a psychic spear is thrust into your mind.
Oh boy.
Like a mind thrust, one might say.
It's alright.
Possibly.
My mind's not the only thing that's gonna get thrust.
And
Thrust
Finn. That sounds vaguely inappropriate.
I don't
The
thrust.
horny show is back.
Phrasing?
Alright.
Having
not
thrust
doing-
issues.
So, I've already got my gauntlet out. I'm gonna photon attune. 10, 15, 20. She's 20 feet away from me. I'm gonna move my butt in here. Actually, I'm gonna move my butt over to here. That way there's a clean shot for Lahani when she decides to come shoot things. Because I'm a considerate teammate.
I was gonna say
thought
we get a
about it,
stellar
but I mean,
rush.
there's really nothing to push them up against right now, and I'd rather just do a punch. I think I considered it, and it's not far enough away. It's more
Okay.
useful when they're like far away. They got a lot of ground to cover. Wait, actually, did I hit my
That
button?
will,
Ghost!
that will not hit.
I did hit my button. Lame. Okay.
What do we have in the way of rerolls? Because we are close to
I know
the
we've
end
got
here,
at
and
least-
I'm looking.
I know
I
at
am
least two
willing to
of
do a
them left. Don't we have
cliffhanger
3
ending
at the
here.
point when we told Tom to do a reroll?
I think you had 2. I don't know if anyone's added more. And we don't. People watching,
that
you don't need to
damage
spend your
low.
points now
Reroll.
because we're right at the end.
Go through and do a reroll, and there's actually better damage. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Just fly.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Sure.
yeah, okay.
If you guys are, I mean, I was looking to do a cliffhanger. We don't have to do a cliffhanger because I was trying to not leave Leif out of the confrontation with Nualia. Nualia is fairly tough. But if you guys want to plunge forward and want to go
Well, Ghost
potentially
gives reroll.
long,
He doesn't
potentially,
listen to you. He
I'm
doesn't
cool with
listen to
that.
you.
Okay, that's fine. So you,
Ghost, why did you do this?
Do the reroll because we're right at the end. I think we have
Yeah,
plenty of
just use the reroll.
cliffhanger.
I didn't
I'm
It's
fine
worse!
with personally. I'm fine with doing a cliffhanger.
Oh no! Well, you tried, Ghost.
Okay. All right. Well, Lahan, you saw Finn charge in after wincing in pain.
Yep, which is exactly what I was waiting for. Move up. And I'll go ahead and take a shot this round. Combat tracking is not on. I haven't had a move action.
21 to hit.
That's a 21 to hit.
That will
Oh, wait.
hit just.
Hold on. I didn't want to roll the numbing beam. I wanted to roll the railgun because it does better damage. So let me roll a d8 instead.
But it's versus KAC now, which might make a difference.
That's true. Does the 21 still hit?
21 will just hit KAC.
Well, it's 7 damage instead of 6.
Oh,
Also, I don't have my numbing beam
7
out.
plus.
Like, I've been carrying around my
Right.
railgun.
7
Okay.
plus anything? Oh, you already added it in. Awesome.
It's already there.
Yeah, it's added in.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jacinto, it is your chance
All right.
to act.
So Jacinto is going to finish his summon, and he's going to drop the summon. I know it's within a certain radius, but it feels silly to summon it very far away into this room because you can't really see it, unless you would give him being able to peek around the corner as he's finishing the summon and just sort of points to the back of the room.
I could see you getting it maybe here.
Okay, that's
Here's
fine.
much easier for you to do.
Yeah, no, totally. So in this space appears the Archon. A little lantern Archon appears in the space right in front of Lahan, with a little trill of like a little fanfare rather of French horns, and then it is going to move over here and attack Nualia. And I'm going to open its character sheet and make that happen.
Nice.
It slams into Nualia. It's probably going to miss. I think it needs to roll like a 16.
Hey!
Oh,
Great.
every time you summon. Every time you summon.
I love it.
Oh man, and if I shift...
So that's a crit for a total of 15. 15 damage. Yes, exactly. And so I'm gonna put a thing on that so I know that it has after this turn 4 more rounds. And then that was the Archon's turn. Now Jacinto gets to do things. Jacinto is going to step up in front of Lahan. And is going to... Jacinto's been giving some thought to how he uses his magic and stuff like that, and things that he's seen, and you know how they're all in life and death fights nowadays and stuff like that, like all of us. And so he's turned his thoughts towards perhaps using more offensive spells in a direct sense. So this has culminated with Jacinto finding the inspiration as we went down here to learn and use Mind Thrust. Level 1. So Jacinto focuses on Nualia, and she feels a weight press on her mind, which she might be surprised to realize that it's coming from this tiny little plant boy. But he's got quite a heavy mind that sort of thrusts, I guess. That is a DC 16 will saving throw.
That contest of wills, you feel Artanya's song join your own and bolster you, and you feel an unusual amount of bloodlust with it. But your combined psychic might crashes against the wall of Nualia's will, and it results in a stalemate. I'm just saying stalemate, but she actually does. She made the save, so she's taking half. But
sure.
I'm trying to,
of course.
And you feel like a rustling on your back, and Lahan looking down at your little flowering companion. You see the prismatic cocoon shifting and moving, and you see like kind of like a very energetic baby kicking when a woman is pregnant. You see like a bulge come out that might be like an elbow, or like appendage of some sort, as it's Artania is getting agitated, and again you sort of feel a bit of a bloodlust coming from Artania that's not really normal.
No.
But
No?
I do need to apply that damage, and you said 11, so half of that is 5.
Mm-hmm. Right, marking. Man, I'm just using spells left and right today. I have marked all of these spells off. And that is my turn.
And it is her turn. She is going to. What do I got here? I did not like what. Ooh, what's that spell? Sorry, I am not used to the higher level spells.
There are a lot of them.
Yeah.
Especially as a GM who doesn't play the same character every week. It's a thing.
I need to make a ranged attack roll against. This does not say that it does not provoke an attack of opportunity. So does it provoke it? Okay. And there's nowhere for me to move. There's nowhere for me to move to avoid it. I'm gonna risk it.
Choice quote.
I'm going to risk it. So the Archon and Finn get attacks of opportunity.
I mean, what are the odds of me critting twice in a row, right?
It's your summon. It's probably going to happen.
I mean, they're pretty low.
No, I rolled a 3. Don't worry about it.
We've still got 3 rolls, and this is probably our last round.
Fine, I'll take a reroll for my little level 1 summon.
Thanks, Ghost.
Thank you again, Ghost.
For 15 damage.
That hits. You hit.
And doesn't that disrupt your spellcasting too?
You strike and you feel a certain
Can I
amount of
ruin her spell?
resistance.
Yeah, it doesn't have the feat tree.
Because I'm pretty sure you do.
Mhm.
You gotta make
You
a
might. Let me
concentration
check
check
my
and
feat.
Yeah.
to add my
I might
damage in on it in
Given
3-5.
her.
It's real hard to
Yeah.
concentrate when you get punched.
No such thing as concentration checks. No such thing as concentration checks.
Yeah,
I
concentration
forgot to
checks.
give her that feat. I am so mad at myself right now.
Combat casting, she just loses it automatically.
Yep.
She was shouting in Infernal, and you saw a cloud of like silver specks and motes ooze out of her flesh and form around her hand. And as she was about to hurl them in Jacinto's direction, Finn punches her in the arm, and that cloud of that silver cloud disperses around her hand.
Heck yeah.
That was dumb.
And then he punches her again.
Alright.
Yeah, it is Finn's turn.
I'm gonna 5-foot shift, so we got flanking. And then I'm gonna full round attack. Can I do that if I shift? Okay, I'm gonna punch one.
You can't full round attack
Want
if you
that
fuck.
flanking.
No.
Pathfinderism.
17.
You miss.
Do you want to reroll?
Plus
Or
2.
reroll?
Do we have a reroll left?
We have 2 more, yeah.
Would the plus 2 have made a difference
+2 would've
or
put us
no?
at 20.
I imagine not. But
No.
I think KAC is 21.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
it'd be 20, and then.
okay, so then
whatever-
yeah, definitely take a
does that-
reroll.
What's the flank? Do we have any plus ones?
Oh, you would be flanking. So that would be 20.
Oh, you would be flanking. So that would
Yeah,
be 20,
there you
and
go.
you could take a +1 to put it at 21.
Oh, we have a plus 1?
We don't have any plus ones.
You don't.
No, plus 1.
And take a reroll. Do it.
Oh,
Then my
Fez, you
Oh.
can't just
Why
give
can't
yourself
I
a
give
plus
myself a
one.
plus
You can't just give yourself a plus 1. That was one of the rules we set down.
You can give
Why
other players +1s,
why
but you can't
can't I
give
spend my own
yourself.
plus
You can use
myself?
your own.
Because otherwise I
Because
could
Nick
buy
has
myself
30,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could buy myself 18 crits
Why don't
at
you
this
buy me a
point.
plus 1 then, Tom? You said me plus 1.
That's
You buy yourself
why.
18 quits.
I'll give you a plus 1. Fine. I'll give you a plus 1. I thought I wasn't allowed to spend my. Nick at one point told me that I couldn't spend my points on streams that I was in,
There we go.
and I'm in both streams.
Tom helped me out.
So
I'll
But-
let you do it.
there you go,
There
friend.
you go. So you hit. And again, when you strike, you do hit. You do feel yourself hurting her, but it's not as much as you
Well, it's gonna
expect.
be the same thing when she touches me. If she
And
physically
it's
touches me.
Lahan's turn.
I'm gonna combat track and take another shot. This time, shooting with the correct weapon.
Nice.
So the damage is right. 23 to
You
hit.
should
7
take
piercing
my +1 and
damage.
put it on your damage and make it 8 damage.
And I'll use
And I'll use
Yeah.
Lapis' +1 to make it 8 damage.
It again does less damage than you think it should. It's as though it's sort of like deflecting off her toughened hide.
Ah.
Or to switch guns.
Hmm.
Maybe.
That
okay.
is a round if we want to.
Yeah, I mean it is pretty much time. We could sort of end on that moment, like Lahan drawing her
We do have.
railgun up, sighting in, and you see that target.
We do have 2 more rerolls we haven't used yet.
I paused because
Maybe we could try and go through another round. It's up to you. It's up
I
to
I mean we could try and go through another round.
Use,
It's
use
up
all
to
of
you.
our
It's up to
reroll,
you
yes.
all.
I'm fine to stay for
This-
another round if you guys are.
Yes. Yes, this is fine.
I don't want people to waste points. Is the other reason I would suggest sticking around for one more
This
round.
isn't gonna work forever, audience. You can't just keep us here by continuing
Yeah.
to give us rerolls.
No more.
No, and I swear to
Someone
God.
could give us more.
No.
Nicole
That
Bowles
was-
just
that
gave
was
us another
52 I
reroll.
calculated.
No!
So
more.
let's do this next round.
Okay. Any
we appreciate
more
it.
donations we're going to roll into the next episode is what's going to happen, folks.
Yes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cry out so vehemently.
I feel you.
I'm just tired.
So it's Jacinto's turn.
Yes. So Jacinto is going to. No, the battle music didn't stop. What are you talking about? No, of course not. It did. I did stop it. It was my mistake. So Jacinto's summon is going to fish for crits and attack twice with flanking.
Which means you're
Four
going to get a
Or crits.
This is a
Don't-
full attack. Each
don't
of these
forget
is
to
plus
take
2.
down-
Oh no.
Don't
Both
forget to
plus
take
8.
down your turn counter for the Archon.
Yes. After this round, it will be 3.
Use one of these
So-
rerolls. For
Yeah, you know what? I might as well, right? I'm not going to need it.
trippy.
Okay, here's a d20.
No.
Nope.
Hey, buddy.
Okay. Then my Archon does that, and then I am going to use a telekinetic projectile and huck it across the room at this lady. So here it goes.
You throw a random skull.
I throw a random skull and get a 21 to hit. Thank you very much.
And it bounces off her toughened hide.
Yeah, I figured as much. I had a feeling this was going to happen. Okay, that is Jacinto.
That is now her turn.
I need
She
more high-level spells. Do it. Do it.
is going to. Wow, I did not give her that spell. That was dumb of me.
No, you didn't have to tell us that. You could have just cast it.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I tend to be fairly transparent, and that's just how I am. I'm not gonna change now.
Yeah.
She's going to whip a blade out of a sheath on her back, and this blade is covered in a line of teeth down the center of it, and she swings wildly at Finn with deadly abandon. And when she does so, as it nears Finn's flesh, those teeth whirl to life,
Nice.
chainsaw-like.
So, are we talking
No.
human teeth, or
No,
chainsaw
like
teeth?
metal chainsaw teeth.
Okay, see, because I thought this was
Like
going to be the tooth
a 40k chainsword.
yeah, or a yeah. I thought this was inspired by the tooth chainsaw
No,
thing
no,
that you
I don't want to bring
shared.
that into this world. I don't want to bring that into this
Okay.
world. I just
All
was
right,
inflicting
good.
that on everyone because I had to see it.
Okay, good. All right, so not that. A perfectly normal
Not
chainsaw sword
that.
swings
Perfectly
down
normal
at Finn.
chainsaw sword
Nice.
and misses. Unfortunately. That was a move and that was a standard, so
Okay.
it is now
I'm fully
Finn's
attuned, but
Finn's
instead
chance.
of exploding, I'm going to hold on to that for when we come back. Because we got rerolls that need to get used, so I'm going to full attack instead.
Okay.
I'm going to reroll the second one.
Neither.
All right, this one's from Ghost.
Oh, even with flanking. No such luck. That's alright.
Yeah.
And missed them.
Miss.
Mm.
And
That's
that was
okay.
the one more turn. We can end with that flurry of blows and Finn drawing back.
Wait, I'm the bottom
There's
of the
one more
round.
reroll. That's waiting
Oh,
for
you
Lahan.
moved. You are.
So use
Okay.
it.
There it is. Go, Lahan. Go.
So Lahan will, seeing her, all the bludgeoning, piercing, all the physical damage bouncing right off of Nualia, she'll drop her railgun and pull the numbing beam off her back. Shoot that instead.
13 to hit.
Reroll it. We got it. Last
The
one.
13 to hit.
I'm gonna use
That will.
That's not going to do it. I'm going to use the last reroll. Ah ha ha. D20.
10.
It's a 10. That's 3 better. That's a 16.
That will miss.
Ooh, it was the
So-
We had a whole round.
So there's a flurry of blows from Finn and this
Did-
Archon striking out at Nualia. Some hitting, some not. And Nualia whipping out this chain blade, or fang blade really, to slash at Finn. And then we zoom in and in through the scope, and then we're seeing through Lahan's eyes, and her targeting reticle is center mass on Nualia, and she pulls that trigger, and it just through that swishing, swirling hair, just freezing some of her locks, and we're going to just sort of pause on that ice crystals forming on some of her hair. So,
Awesome.
Finn,
Oh, man.
you've got like 4.5 minutes left on Duffrek's side. Need to make a note of this.
Put it in chat.
We have the Archon with 3 rounds left, but that is clearly marked. Does anyone have anything else with
It's not a
durations?
duration, but I've got fully attuned on photon. Should remember.
That
okay.
dragon last is dead.
You might also make a note that you are fully attuned.
Sounds like we've got a timer on. Sounds like we've got a timer on Artania of some sort.
Right?
And I mean, an unknown amount of time happened between you getting from the car back into there that should Leif join us, Ava can show up at an opportune time, potentially. Which is pretty good. And that's where we're going to call it. Next up is this Sunday, Nick.
These guys
Oh, yeah. These guys are headed into
hive of scum and villainy that it is.
Upwell, wretched hive of scum and villainy that it is, to try to secure legitimate passports to get to Roselight, where they know that reptoids have infiltrated the Steward base. So they're going to go look into that and see if they can't find some evidence to clear their name so that the Pact World doesn't think they're terrorists anymore.
Yep.
That would be a good thing. Then next Thursday, hopefully we have a Leif with us.
We should.
We will
We're
continue our
on
fight.
every day this week. How many days until the next?
We will continue our fight with Noalia and exploring this ancient, apparently New Thessalonian starship that crashed eons ago, millennia ago. I believe millennia would probably be the more appropriate term.
Many, many moons.
Many moons. Any of you have any shout outs, comments?
Huh?
Other than thank you for running.
No?
Other than thank you for running. And thank you both for playing with me.
Well, thank you for doing the Sirenscape. Thank you for running the Sirenscape, and thank you for running the Streamlapis, and thank you for playing, Nick.
Time. Colonel GM, I appreciate it.
Thank you to, let me double check and make sure I have the correct names. Thank you to Nicole with the little serpent or squirrel emoji.
Dragon.
It's very small. Dragon emoji. And Ghost for the icebreaker questions. Please keep them coming. Anything. You can ask pointed questions of our players. It would be great. You can email those at nonstandardaction@gmail.com. You can contact us through our Discord, which there's a link below in our Twitch stream. And maybe in the comments of our podcast when it goes out. And you all say goodbye.
And the other thing, if you have ideas for the investigators of the conspiracy, the threefold conspiracy players, to name their ship, it is not too late. You can put those, send those to us on Discord, and they will pick their favorite and announce their shiny new ship name on Sunday.
Yeah, time is running out.
Time is running
We'll probably
out.
close. Let's actually say we'll close those submissions tomorrow, so we have Saturday and Sunday for me to get everybody to vote.
Right. If we don't have them by Saturday morning, they probably won't be in consideration. So,
Really good one. Mm-hmm. Unless it's a really, really good one.
if you sneak a really, really good one in at the end, maybe. But if you want to make sure we have it to us tomorrow night.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. You all, and me included, say goodbye to the
Sticking
people
with
watching and
us.
listening. Bye.
Goodbye to the people.